Tuesday. The day that feels like Monday's less enthusiastic cousin. Just another day of watching me stare at the screen. That's the life. Write, proof, post, then eat sandwich. This is Cube Life in action. Not terribly interesting. So what could possibly turn this normal Tuesday into something a little extra special? Hey folks, this is Keith Gribbins, publisher of Compact Equipment Magazine. Welcome to another edition of Machine Heads. Today we are transmitting from our home offices in Richfield, Ohio, also Cleveland, Ohio, on what appears to be a normal Tuesday but is anything but. This morning I got a call from Caterpillar that they are in town promoting Cat Command via the Cat Command trailer. Now what is Cat Command? It is Caterpillar's remote control technology and services. What is the Cat Command trailer? Well, let's find out together. First, let's cue that intro. Hey folks, welcome back. This is Keith Gribbins again with Compact Equipment. I'm here with Alan Punklin, market professional with Cat Command. Alan, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Well, maybe we could start off talking about Cat Command as sort of an overview. What is it all about and how does it work?
Sure. Cat Command is our overall brand for our remote control, semi-autonomous and fully autonomous equipment. It goes across industry, so if you've heard or you probably recall our mining, we have fully autonomous mining trucks, right? That's under Cat Command as well. So when we talk about semi-autonomous, when we automate a lot of the work cycles of a machine, pretty soon, it's so automated that the workload of that operator, now that operator can have multiple machines, right? We're doing that in mining with D11 dozers. So a single operator can manage up to 5 dozers that are running autonomous work cycles. The only time they need to intervene is when an exception happens. So let's say a dozer hits a rock that was unexpected and needs to be dug out manually. Again, the operator will do that manually. That's what we refer to at Caterpillar as semi-autonomous. And then of course, remote control. And that's the popular, very popular offering that we're going to show you today, which is our non-line of sight offering. We also offer line of sight, which means, just like it says, you're operating a machine with line of sight to it with a remote control. We call that over-shoulder console.
Well, let's talk about the trailer here. This is very impressive. Thank you for driving us here. The Cat Command trailer, what's inside, and sort of how can contractors get to see this? Do they contact their local dealer? Is that how it works?
Yep, absolutely. Everything through the dealers.
Okay.
And absolutely, the dealers will work with us, and this trailer travels. So a lot of folks have probably seen this trailer. This particular one has been across the country countless times. And we take the job sites as well, right? So what happens is a lot of folks, they hear about this remote control, they see the videos, but it never beats putting that machine into the hands of the customers in their applications. It also helps us take the product to people like you, right? So we've done this with countless customers, right? We'll show up at your office location. Today we're here in Cleveland, in your parking lot. And so we're able to let you stay home, go to your normal office, and come out here and you can operate machines. Today we're going to be running machines in Clayton, North Carolina, and Tucson, Arizona. So East Coast, West Coast. A 3-hour difference in time zones.
Very cool.
So,
what applications is this popular for? When thinking about contractors, job sites, or jobs, what sort of people gravitate towards remotely operating from out of the cab?
First thing that comes to mind is safety, right?
Yeah.
That's historically what this type of product has been used for, remote control. Take the operator out of the cab, reduce the risk, eliminate the risk, really. And so that's kind of a no-brainer, right? We've been used in mining, and then used actually even in power plants, right? For pure safety perspective, hazardous site remediation.
Sure.
Right? So any time that there's going to be potential risk of human life, injury to humans, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But we're seeing a lot more customers use it for efficiency. So, for example, we have stevedoring customers that will run command machines in the bottom of the ship's holds to consolidate material, and they'll cover 50 miles of river without ever transporting their operators.
It's crazy.
Right? You know, so, and the same thing with agricultural. So you imagine all the grain that's moved through our river systems in the U.S., right? That material has to go into the barge or ships and it has to come out. It's called stevedoring.
Yeah.
So then that's really popular because it's, again, the same thing, materials being consolidated and then removed from those barges with Cat Command. So those are very popular applications
That makes
right
sense.
now.
Yeah, totally. Looking at Cat's portfolio, you guys have so many different machine categories. Can this Cat Command go on all those types of machines? Maybe we could talk about what machines it's popular for, especially when we're thinking about compact equipment, what we cover.
Sure.
What sort of units?
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
often
Yep.
remotely controlled.
Well, this journey started 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It started in mining, big, large mining machines, purely focused on productivity, of course, safety. Now, probably 2017 or so, we've brought that technology down to construction size equipment, right? So in regards to compact equipment, right, when we talk about our mini excavators, we have line of sight for all of our mini excavators. As soon as you get to about a 313 and all the way up to a 395 excavator, you have line of sight and non-line of sight. So that's a tremendous amount of machines. We go back all the way to our next gen. So it's what, 7, 8 years, about 8 years of population for our excavators that can be retrofitted with this. Our D3s, compact track loaders and skid steers, are all capable of line of sight and non-line of sight. That's our most popular model.
Okay.
You know, imagine it's such a versatile machine.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And the capabilities of this are unimaginable.
Yeah.
And so that's a very popular from a compact machine standpoint. Dozers, D1, all the way up to D11. We have non-line of sight and line of sight options for that. Wheel loaders. Unfortunately, right now, we don't have the compact stuff. We start about 926, so small wheel loader, all the way up to our big 982 wheel loader, medium wheel loaders, for line of sight and non-line of sight options on that. So again, wheel loaders, compact track loaders, skid steers. We talked about excavators and talked about the dozers. So we're continually expanding the product line. And remember, it's a single station that has compatibility with all those machines. So you can switch machines with that station and switch families, switch models. We call it universal controls.
Wow. So with the push of a button, you could jump from machine to machine?
And location to location,
That's
absolutely.
crazy. Very
Yeah.
cool. Thinking about a contractor who's interested in getting into remote control, what should they be thinking about when they approach their Cat dealer?
Sure. So they're going to be thinking about the application, right?
Yeah.
Why do I need to implement remote control? Is it going to be safety, productivity, both, right? In the past, it used to be safety or productivity. We have a lot of customers now like, hey, I'm maintaining my productivity or gaining productivity, efficiency, and keeping my operators safe. So that's kind of the first step, really, is to understand the why, right? And then understand their application. Caterpillar, our dealers, tremendous resources, because sometimes from a standpoint of efficiency, just because you have technology, you have to make sure that the processes that support and incorporate that technology are there at your work site. Just because you have technology doesn't mean you're getting the efficiency.
Totally.
It needs to be incorporated in your site. So that change management is a huge piece, and our dealers and professionals like myself at Caterpillar help our customers go through that process.
Awesome. I'm excited to get in there and operate. Any sort of advice you could give me about the nuances of operating remotely?
Yep, so remember, you're going from a 3D world to a 2D world.
Okay.
So take a deep breath. You might get a little frustrated, but when you go in there, remember, you're not going to have that seat of the pants feeling anymore of being in that machine. Everything's going to be visual. We also give you a microphone, so we do give you audible, which is very important. But you're looking at high definition cameras, so you'll see the site, you'll see what you need to do with the machine. Otherwise, it's exactly the same as being inside the machine. Like I said, don't get frustrated because it's your first 5 minutes, first time operating.
I can't promise that, Alan.
What you eventually get to, as our many customers around the world adapt to running this type of operations, is they'll start scanning the different screens, right?
Yeah.
You have 4 machine cameras, and then you have your dashboard. So it becomes just natural to scan those as you operate that. And then the muscle memory will come along with it, right? So there's really not an application you can't do without it. What you will see in Tanaha is you'll be able to, we're gonna let you dig a ditch, a V-ditch, and we put it in a 3D grade plan for you.
Okay, awesome.
So you have millimeter
easy.
accuracy, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, from here, from Cleveland, and then we'll have a dozer, and as soon as the ground crew puts the pipe in your trench, we'll let you cover it back up, return it to a perfect grade.
Awesome. Well, let's check it out.
Sounds
Like
good.
that. Come on. So Alan, what am I looking at here?
So Keith, we have you in Tucson, Arizona, just south of Tucson, Arizona, actually at our Tanaha Hills facility.
I've been there. It's wonderful.
It's fantastic. You're on a 340 excavator. A little bit hard to tell sometimes, you know, the difference in size. I mean, you could be, you know, from a small 320 up to the big 395s. You have a similar view, right?
Yeah.
So you have your main screen with that excavator. What we're asking you to do is to dig a ditch, right? A nice V ditch. We're going to have a team. You know, let's say, for example, you know, a team out there is working, and you're digging the V ditch for them with this machine, you know, in Cleveland on the other side of the country, and you're doing it with millimeter accuracy with the CAT grade 3D. So what we've done is, you can see you have this V ditch design in here, and you've been playing with the automatics as well. It will protect the grade. So
yes.
As you're digging this ditch, you know that you know, and the folks will know, your boss will know that it's dug right, you know, and it'll dug right the first time.
Thank God for automatics.
That's correct. And then on the right screen, you see here, that's actually a screen mirror of the display inside the machine.
Yes, I see that.
So you have, you know, all the functionality that you would being inside the machine, right? Right from here.
And this is, you put this in backhoe pattern for me, right? Because I'm an old timer.
Yep.
So you can
absolutely.
switch operating patterns if you like.
That's correct.
No
yep.
problem.
Yep. The customizability, make sure that you're comfortable with how it's configured and set up.
Yeah, I gotta get on grade here. Whoa. Yeah, I don't get that. I don't have that vibration or that feel anymore, huh?
That's correct.
You just
yeah.
get used to that.
So the visuals, right?
Yeah.
Now you're using your visuals, so you're paying attention. You're scanning the screens that we talked about, paying attention to the horizon. In this case, you know, with an excavator, because you're more stationary in the respects of not traveling, that sound becomes really important, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Hearing the pump whine and struggle, you know. And
yeah. Or hearing the scraping of the bucket if I want to make sure I'm on the ground.
That's correct. Yeah, absolutely.
And there's nobody on this site right now?
That's correct. The folks are not there at the where their machine's at. It's a sectioned off area, and we can run demonstrations like this. So you're about 35 miles north of the border. So.
Okay, nice.
From the Gallus.
Well, it's very dusty there, but I don't feel that here.
That's right. At least we don't have the heat that we have over there. So.
So this footage we're watching here, this is being recorded as well?
That's correct. Yep. So we have the option with our system to record it. We'll make sure you'll get you those recordings as well. Just so you have a record of what you did, you can critique yourself later.
Yeah. Or you could use it for proof of verification of the job, right?
Absolutely.
Or quality control.
Absolutely. There are endless uses for that. And we have customers that, as a policy, they record 100% of command operations like this.
Ooh, off grade there. Thank you, grade control.
So after you dig this ditch, we're gonna have you fill it in yourself as well.
Ah, full day of work, huh?
That's right, and we're gonna have you put on a flat level grade, and then don't forget you have to maintain the loader on the other side of the country on the East Coast in Clayton. So you imagine you have a busy schedule. switching
idle
between
time,
machines.
huh?
That's right.
All right, now I'm in Clayton, North Carolina, huh?
Yeah, finished up.
Very cool facility. I was at this earlier this year for your Women in Constructions event.
Oh, fantastic. That was a good event.
Yeah, amazing place. And what type of wheel loader am I operating?
You're on a 938. This is
Okay.
the M series, so it's not the current series. We have a new series of wheel loaders that just came out.
Exciting.
You will have support for payload on through the command station, right?
Awesome.
And advanced features. It will have screen mirroring, so it'll be you have all the controls that you'd have in the advanced display of the wheel loader. So it's a fantastic machine.
Yeah.
Looking forward to showing you that when we have that at our Clayton facility. So we're looking at the 938. As you can see, it's a fantastic view. You got your bucket all the way back to your rear fenders. Now, inside a cab, you want to have that kind of view, right?
Yeah.
A lot of stevedoring folks who are running it in very compact areas love this view because you can see exactly, you know, how much space you have to the left and right side of you. All right, you got your rear camera, you got your pitch and roll, right, indicator. So that's the chassis. It tells you your pitch and roll of your chassis. You got your front forward-facing cameras, and if you'll notice here, we have the dotted lines, the reference line. So very much like a backup camera in your car or something, it does help you with the perception.
Gotcha.
In this case, what we did is we have it set up so when you go up to, let's say, the truck bed,
Yep.
you're gonna line that line, this virtual line, up with the top of those bricks, and you'll be able to dump it. So if you want to go in, and we'll just we'll let you operate.
Awesome. So you mentioned Steve Doreen, is that how you say it?
Stevedore.
Stevedoring?
Stevedoring,
What other
yeah.
sort of applications are popular for a wheel loader? And
Well, think about the batch plants, right? So
Yeah.
you know whether you're maintaining a batch plant, feeding hoppers, right? You know that's real popular as well. And so think about those asphalt plants as well, right? You know there's a good opportunity there as well, where you have a fixed infrastructure, fixed hopper, and you have a machine, you know, wheel loader that's maintaining that plant operations. I mean, even feedlots, right? We got interest from those as well when you're feeding, basically feeding mixers, you know, and feed for the cattle, you know. So go ahead and raise your bucket all the way up. There you go.
so I'm trying to get that line just lined up with this brick wall here, right?
There you are. Yep, you're clear. There you go. Dump all the way. Yep. Yeah, hold it. We're finished up here, so let's take you back over to Tanaha and let you finish up. Let's put you back into that dozer. So go ahead and with a push of a button, get you over to Tanaha. So within a matter of a couple seconds here, you are now back at Tanaha. Your D5 has been waiting for you. You've had it in the pause mode, so it's been waiting for you. You connected back to it, and then you can go back to work.
Awesome.
You know, we did change the camera view, so we can change that back to what you're more comfortable with.
Alan, can you explain where we're operating here again?
Sure. So we're running a D5 in Tanaha, and what we're doing is we're showing you some of the assist features like auto carry, right? Where remotely you're able to get a full blade load, and then the machine will maintain that blade load for you. So it takes a burden off the operator. So that's one less thing you have to worry about while you're running remotely. So you see right here, so you got your blade load indicator, and then you got auto carry that's turned on. So that means that system is managing that blade load for him.
It's so easy now. I don't have to touch this joystick, and I just got to maintain my course, right?
That's correct. Yep. So for long pushes, right, you don't have to sit there and concentrate on maintaining that blade load, because not to say that manually operators don't do that, but that's less efficiency when they don't. So this type of assist features works hand in hand with remote.
Dozer applications, are there a lot of them for remote control?
So Dozer was really the main application for remote control, obviously driven by mining.
Yeah.
all those applications in mining, productivity, efficiency, safety, of course. Yes, they're used all over, right? From landfills that are, dozers running on landfills,
Totally.
spreading trash, to remediating hazardous ponds. We talked about the ammo dumps, remediating those kind of jobs, dangerous jobs.
You were talking about coal plants at one point, were you?
That's correct. That was really the first applications, right? We have a lot of remote dozers that are working at actual power plants, pushing coal safely into maintaining the coal stockpiles. So either reclaiming, pushing it in, or maintaining the stockpiles. So
you can use the ripper and all of this on here?
That's correct. Yep. And that's a great application too, right? So some applications in ripping are so violent and so hurtful for the operator that running remote is the only way that the regulatory agencies will let them run dozing.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome, Alan. I just spent a good hour or two in there operating an excavator, a wheel loader, a dozer. Just fascinating how you can jump from machine to machine. That's so very cool.
It's a great job. You can tell on the excavator you felt comfortable.
Yeah.
You were right at home, especially with the other controls, which you did switch, which I'm glad you mentioned that.
I am a backhoe man.
That's right. So, no, fantastic job. What did you think? Like, what was your initial your impressions? Because before this, I was kind of giving you some ideas of or some tips of what to expect. Now that you've done it.
Yeah, obviously I love the idea of working in a contained environment like that. Very nice, like the air conditioning, the lighting, the quietness of it. But the operation is definitely a little different. It's something to get used to. You lose, like you said at the beginning, the seat of your pants feel. And yeah, sort of the vibration that I got used to, especially on smaller machines, you really feel. That kind of helps you understand the ground, the machine. But once you stick all those cameras in there, you almost have like a better vision of what's going on around you than you sometimes do in a regular machine. And it's just about practice, I feel. Once you get in there and start feeling it, you get used to it, it becomes normal. We did with autos, we had grade control on our excavator today, and with our dozer, and it just made things, grade control makes it so easy. So, it makes me seem like a pro, and it just sort of fits with the whole formula and the technology here, remote control, grade control, we're almost at automation, So I thought it was fantastic, a little easier than I thought, really. Any sort of parting thoughts about Cat Command, the Cat Command trailer and everything that you guys do?
Well, all our dealers support this. All inquiries, questions about Command can come through our dealers. If they want to operate it, obviously demo it. A lot of times we're at trade shows. Obviously, we make it out to as many customers as we can to do what you just did here, right? We've actually taken machines and put our machines in their application as well with Command. So there's just different ways to experience Cat Command. It's, when we were younger and playing with remote controlled cars, that's the first thing I did. 10 years ago, I kind of laughed, like, I now have remote control for Caterpillar machines. But then when you realize, you can do real work with it, right? And it's not a toy.
No.
And be proficient. You're changing the way you work, but with technology and society, everything, the world changes.
Yeah.
And Cat Command will bring a different way. We think a very much more productive, efficient, and safe, right?
Totally.
A way to operate. So especially with the changing population demographics, it's a product that's structured not only to scale, but to, just like changing the patterns, allows it to be configured to the individual, right? So we've had customers, even instead of running portrait, take the displays and run them landscape, right?
Interesting.
That 22-inch touchscreen that you've seen, that you have all your normal instrument cluster and controls. We've had customers take that screen, put it on the big screen, and then put the machine cameras on the 22-inch.
Okay.
So it's all about being able to get comfortable and customize it to make the operators efficient running it
Awesome.
remotely. So, yeah.
Well, Alan, thank you for driving the Cat Command trailer here to Cleveland, Ohio, Richfield, Ohio. We really appreciate that. And if you want to learn more about Cat Command, go to www.compactequip.com and learn more. We'll talk to you soon.